Good morning and welcome to the 10 a.m. weather brief. Starting us off, we'll take a look at our upper level winds, and in the lower levels, up to about 3,000 feet, we are seeing some variability, but then things do settle out into a more organized pattern, with our winds shifting to come from the northwest and gradually shifting to the southwest as we increase with altitude. And as for our speeds, we are looking at winds generally hanging around the mid-teens throughout most of the vertical column, although there is a bit of a lull around the 3,000 to 6,000 foot mark. And then we start to see winds pick up again, especially above 20,000 feet with some slight increases. And as for our freezing level today, we did happen to see those sub-zero temperatures right around 14,000 feet. Now, pulling up the most recent surface analysis chart from this morning, we do have high pressure off of the New England coast and running down the east coast, and that is giving us these mostly clear skies for the morning and should lead to a mostly sunny day with low rain chances and highs generally expected in the mid-70s. Looking at the picture here out west, we can see that there's a stronger upper level low that is moving across the central plains, and that is gradually pushing its way east, and that's going to nudge this high pressure system overhead a little further south, and that will ultimately result in some warmer and more so moist air filing in place on Tuesday and through Wednesday, with our temperatures also increasing to be near 80 degrees for the upcoming days. And then we'll begin to see a rather large ridge set up off the east coast of the United States, and then during the week we'll see that upper level low start moving eastward as well, and the associated trough will move our way and bring us some daily shower and thunderstorm chances by midweek, especially as we see that surface front move through our local area. And given that atmospheric moisture content is going to be slightly elevated, especially for the time of the year, those storm chances are going to linger and persist for a few days. And then following that frontal passage, once those storms really clear out, we can anticipate to see some cooler air move in and build in behind that front, with our lows dropping to the mid-60s for a majority of the week as we close out. And as for that frontal passage, there is some uncertainty regarding the timing. Some of the models are slowing it up a little bit, but since it's still 5-6 days out, we have a little bit of time to get a read on what is better forecasted and modeled to be happening at that time, but we'll keep an eye on the timing there. Moving on to the 24-hour risk chart for today, remaining unchanged, seeing some light cloud cover, especially out over the water this morning. Anticipating that to continue throughout the day with some light upper level cloud cover also being visible out there. Our temperatures for today do look to climb into the mid-70s and drop to the lower 60s for tonight, with our winds remaining rather light throughout a majority of the day and shifting clockwise throughout until we reach the overnight hours, when we'll see a ever so slight decrease in our winds, and ultimately they do pick back up once the sunlight starts coming through for the next day tomorrow. No color on the board for today, no real weather related concerns, and overall again should be a nice first day of fall. Moving on to the short-term risk chart, some slight changes here from earlier this morning. Starting with Tuesday, though, partly to mostly cloudy conditions and a high of 78. Tuesday night, we can anticipate partly cloudy conditions and a low of 68. And then Wednesday, here's where the change comes in. We can anticipate partly to mostly cloudy conditions with a very slight chance of those showers and thunderstorms moving through, and ultimately just after the Wednesday forecast period, increasing those chances after 8 p.m. and into Thursday, which in a second here we'll see is the highest, into Thursday and Friday, of which will be the highest probability of seeing some rain and thunderstorms move through the area. For Wednesday, high of 79. Now that brings us to the 7-day forecast here. Mostly sunny conditions and mostly sunny skies out there today, with some slight cloud cover building in as we move into tomorrow, and then partly to mostly cloudy conditions on Wednesday. We see those rain chances really build in on Thursday. As we move into Friday, we get our most likely day of seeing some adverse weather, and then those chances kind of taper off and linger around, as mentioned earlier, into early Sunday, and we'll start to see some more clouds breaking through on Sunday. But in general, our temperatures are going to be the coolest that they're going to be today, and then the increase to be just around the 80-degree mark for a few days, around the midweek mark, and then they'll kind of taper off just a little bit, and our lows for the week also follow that trend, with Wednesday and Thursday being the warmest of the evenings. Overall, that does conclude the 7-day outlook, and I'll be back tomorrow at 8:15 with the daily weather operations brief. Hope everyone has a great day.